Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Guys, you're on.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to Media Blitz, our channel dedicated to the love and obsession of all things pop culture. I'm your host, Jeffrey.
I'm Bobby.
And in this video, we're talking about King of the Hill Revival. Stay tuned. Guys, so welcome back to Media Blitz. You know what we're talking about, a King of the Hill revival actually happening. Let's talk about that for a little bit. Alright guys, so welcome back to the video, and like you already saw from the title, Greg Daniels is actually in talk with Mike Judge and a couple other people actually getting a King of the Hill revival. The wheels are going.
The wheels are going right now. There's there's a bunch of talk in the air. It's not set in stone, but they are talking about they are going to be bringing back King of the Hill.
And that's super, super exciting. So I know Greg did a couple interviews, and from the one that we're going to be showing you guys, it seemed like there was an interview prior to that one where it seemed like people were like thinking it was official and like
when it wasn't
already going. When it's not like official set in stone, but it is something that is going to be worked on. And I guess the way that this news kind of sort of broke is they have a production company, Bander Entertainment,
right? And
under the list of upcoming projects that they're going to be working on,
King of the Hill is listed, but
thank you.
Again, they're not. It's not set in stone. So again, maybe from hearsay, from words, there is development. They are talking about contracts being drawn up. They are talking with their co-hosts. They're trying to figure out who they can get to work with them, because as of right now, they are both being very busy with their own schedules and their own deadlines and their own projects on set aside. So as of right now...
And there was a little something that he talked about. Another show that Mike Judge does. You'll see from the interview, it was asked if Greg had pitched any ideas for this other show that Mike has done.
Really?
So it gave me the idea, is this show going to be coming back as well? But yeah, so let's get to the actual interview that Greg did. We'll actually see what he got to say, and we'll talk a little bit about after that. Take a look at Greg Daniels' interview over at Collider in 3, 2, 1.
I want to start with the most exciting thing, because I just read about it yesterday, which is like the whole King of the Hill. I don't want to pressure you or anything, but I just have one question, which is I read a while ago that you guys were thinking about bringing it back, but it would take place like a few years after the original series, where the characters might be a little more or a little older. Is that still the case?
Well, here's the weird thing about that. The way that article ran is there isn't any change yet. We don't have a deal to do it. I'm not exactly sure if we phrased it wrong, maybe. Nope.
Sure.
But it's still not 100%. So, but the idea is currently the idea is a time jump. Yeah. So it is
that's the idea.
The characters are a bit older.
Premise of the show then.
But again, it's not 100%. So.
Okay.
Is it one of these things where you guys want to do it and you guys have to sort of work out the contracts with like Fox and everybody?
Well, we haven't worked out the contracts yet.
So you're fucked.
And we had the idea floating around that we pitched a while ago.
But I'm assuming they have to.
And I think we need to figure out how we would do it well, and and who would do it with us, because we're both pretty busy. So.
Yeah. Also, there's something else with the ability now to maybe do shorter seasons, maybe doing like 6 episodes or 10 episodes instead of 20 something might be more appealing in this day and age.
Well, I'll tell you the truth about that is it depends on who you are. Like if you're a writer on a staff, you are paid on a weekly basis, and there's some downsides to working the short seasons because it's hard to kind of go up the ladder, like the old time. But if you're a showrunner, or you consider that you're responsible for the outcome, it takes forever, and you don't have any help because the writers all disperse, once the writing's done. And, in the old days, when it was a 25 episode season, everybody worked there continuously, and they got a little break in the summer, but everything was on top of each other. So you had a lot of people to delegate to. So you could be like, all right, you go to the mix. I'll stay in the room for next week. You go down to the set and see what's happening, but with the short orders, the writers are gone. And all of the stuff about the set and post, and there's nobody to help really. So the great thing about this season of Space Force for me was I had my old friend Norm Hiscock join me on the showrunner level. So he was there the whole time. So I had somebody to talk to in all the, the mix and the music spotting and the shooting and everything like that. But, when you don't have somebody there at that level, then they just disperse. So it's actually kind of hard to have these short orders in one sense. You're doing everything yourself or whoever the showrunner is.
I actually never thought of it like that. I just have to ask you also, being friends with Mike, have you pitched him on your Beavis and Butthead idea? And are you trying to write an episode?
I was kind of hinting at.
I haven't. I love Beavis and Butthead as a fan, but that's his thing. I'm not going to jump in there.
So you saw what Greg said. Not everything is 100% set in stone. Like Bob said earlier, they do have to find who they're going to be working with. Yeah. They have to get all the ideas even before any sort of contract is drawn up. And then it actually brings us to a really interesting, a really big topic about this. How are they going to deal with Luann and Lucky?
That's true.
Right? I mean,
of course, because if you haven't known, the actress who played Luann, she sadly did pass away after the last showing.
Yes. It was not too long after the show ended.
Right.
And then just a couple years before, or just a couple years ago, Tom Petty, who played Lucky, passed away.
Yes, may he rest in peace.
So it was weird because I think we both forgot about that. We were talking for a while, they could maybe bring back Lucky every now and then, but no, both of those actors are no longer with us. So that's going to be interesting how they're going to deal with that. Obviously, it's going to have to be something like the couple moved away.
Yes.
They're they're raising their baby.
Far away,
I had heard,
state.
Yes, I had heard someone give the idea that because Luann was interested in cars and still working on cars, that maybe she had opened up a garage, an auto body shop with Lucky out of state, and that's what they're doing for work. So her having that garage, an auto dealership with Lucky,
right?
That kind of seems like it would fit in. She was doing her whole hairstylist and all that stuff, but it makes more sense for her to have a nice family business with Lucky, and that's a nice send off. Yeah, it's a nice send off for that character. I feel like I definitely don't want to see them recasting. That's for sure.
No, I don't think any of us want to see that just because that was it's a family thing.
Yeah. And I don't think they would do. I don't think they do them like that.
Yeah, I don't think they would.
Yeah, they're pretty beloved, not only characters but really beloved actors. And I think it would be kind of a dishonor to recast, to
bring somebody else that was never a part of it, especially for all the seasons that we got to see.
Yeah.
But other than that, we're going to be seeing hopefully a time jump. So
that's an interesting thing that they're talking about. Because they said it's not 100% confirmed, but like Bob said, they are thinking about doing a planned time jump. Now, does that mean the show's been off for around 12, 15 years, something like that. So does that mean that, we're going to catch up are they going to catch up to where we're at? Or is it just going to be a couple years? What do you think? I
think maybe I'm thinking that, we're going to see the time jump is going to be the time as of right now, but we're going to see maybe a few years, maybe about 3, I'm going to say maybe about 6 or 7 years apart for as being older, the time frame.
Okay, well, what do you mean by that? Because in 6 or 7 years, or you mean
In other words, for the age difference, they would be aged about 6 or 7 years, but the time would be like as of right now, like going through everything.
That's interesting because it's not necessarily like a true time jump.
Exactly.
Like Bobby's like 30 fucking or something, doing this 20. Yeah, that makes more sense. Just have him a little bit older, but set in this time frame.
Exactly.
Dude, that's a smart
have Peggy,
idea.
have Hank, have Dale, have all the characters.
Smart because they're not too old, but they're just older enough where it's just like they're not too far from where we remember them.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right.
And they're caught up with the times right now, so yeah.
Yes, that's interesting. Do you think even if at all would they talk about like COVID or like pandemic or anything?
I think they would. I think they would touch on that just because it's like
knowing Mike Judge, right?
Oh, yeah.
I think knowing Mike Judge, he would definitely want to talk about that.
Oh yeah.
If you guys haven't seen the movie Idiocracy that Mike Judge wrote, and it's such a good movie. So Luke Wilson, Maya Rudolph, and what's his name? Dax Shepard. Such a good movie. If you guys haven't checked it out, definitely watch it. But the planned time jump, that would be so interesting. Yeah, like we said already, that I like your idea.
That would explain a lot.
That would be good. Yeah, and so yes, I mean, so
there you go.
That was that. So you saw what he said. There's no contracts drawn. They're nowhere near that. Everything is in talks. Everything is up in the air. Everything is literally they're just talking about it right now. But in regards to this is going to happen.
It will.
What? Yeah. That's pretty much the talk. That's going to happen. But yeah, like I hinted at earlier, I don't want to talk about too much of it. But Beavis and Butthead. Why on earth would he even bring up that show if it wasn't coming? Right?
Yes.
So that's pretty exciting. If there is news out there about it that I just haven't heard about because I'm just not in the loop.
Tell us.
Let us know, please let us know down in the comment section below, or even email us right here at mediablitz727@gmail.com. All right, you guys. So let us know down in the comment section below what you think of them reviving King of the Hill and bringing it back. Did you watch the show back in the day?
We did.
We did. We definitely did. If you did, if you didn't, let us know down in the comment section below, and let us know what you think about them bringing the show back. Good idea, bad idea, don't give a shit, care less. Let us know what you think.
Tell us what about Luann, what you think about Luann.
Yeah, yes, and definitely stay tuned for more videos. Ring that bell, subscribe, hit that subscription button right below. Ring that bell, stay notified of any videos coming your way, and see you guys again. Bye.
Bye.